it. Nobody likes to consider themselves as being desperate. But woman, come on. If you have been dieting and exercising and slashing foods out of your diet, hiring personal trainers and eating kale for f***'s sake, and nothing is happening, literally nothing is happening to your body. In fact, you're pretty sure that you've even gained weight, then you have come across this video likely because you know me or have met me like one time and I have begged you to please come and watch so I can clock up the view time, because I too, ladies, I am desperate. Just click like the video, hit subscribe. It helps the algorithm and the YouTube gods understand that I'm here. I work for hours on these videos, and 90% of you who regularly stop by and watch my videos haven't subscribed. I'm triggered. Or you're somebody else who has smashed once again into their search engine, I'm not losing any bastard weight, and I'm doing everything I possibly can. I mean, I'm doing everything right. I'm doing HIIT workouts, I'm taking the diet detoxes, all the things and nothing. Do it! Do it! I can't do it! You're desperate and I am here to help. Hi, my name is Sifi. I am a personal trainer and nutrition coach. I help women like you to lose weight, build muscle, and quit emotional eating. My clients get physically and mentally stronger and stop yo-yo dieting patterns that keeps them stuck, as well as dropping the notion that
demonizing food and
food restriction and aggressive dieting actually works.
I did my best.
This video is sponsored by me and my signature coaching program, Macros and Mindset Mentorship, where I coach my clients on nutrition, exercise, emotional resilience, and actually align our behaviors with our goals to get the bodies we want. 100% of my clients actually end up being able to eat more food than they ever could before and actually start living their lives rather than dieting away. And today I'm covering one of the key tools that make this possible. You're confused right now, aren't you? I get it. How can people eat more food yet lose weight? This key tool is called reverse dieting. I was going to do a much longer and more in-depth, longer format video. It's very clear that in this time-poor, overly stimulated, self-entitled world we're living in, most people have the attention span of a gnat and would rather spend the next 20 years crying about
not being able to lose weight
than take 20 minutes out to watch a video to help them learn how to create some change. 2022. The fact is, weight loss is 1000% down to emotional health, quality habits, and periods of hard work. And this needs to be worked in conjunction with the perfect diet and the macros and the calories and the exercise. We're going to be covering reverse dieting, who can benefit from reverse dieting, when a person should or could reverse diet, my own personal approach to reverse dieting with my general population clients who also emotionally eat, and what to expect from your body when you reverse diet. Are you ready? Oh, wait, no, that person clicked off. They, I think, heard the word hard work and went, all right. Well, you're here. It's just down to you and me, babe. You ready to go? Reverse dieting is exactly what is slapped on the tin. The fundamental criteria for a diet is to eat less calories in order to create a caloric deficit. And being in a caloric deficit is the only way to lose weight. No ifs, buts, maybes, no chats about obesogens, your genotype, your blood type, hormonal dysregulation, nothing. What causes a person to lose weight is under eating their caloric needs. So let's do a little flashback and do a recap on what this actually means. As human beings and as living organisms, we have an energy requirement for being a living biological organism. We all have a metabolism, and your metabolism is the process by which your body converts what you eat and drink into energy. The energy we consume from what we eat and drink is measured in the form of calories. So for ease, when we're talking about calories, we're talking about energy, when we're talking about energy, we're talking about calories. Calories, energy, energy, calories. Calories, energy, energy, calories. Okay, got it? Good. Now, I have tons of videos about going into metabolism in far greater detail, but for the sake of making this video as short as humanly possible, I'm just gonna cover what I think is necessary to illustrate the use of reverse dieting. So I want you to think about your metabolism as being the amount of calories that you should, could, would, are consuming. So overall, your TDEE, meaning your total daily energy expenditure, is dictated by your BMR and some lifestyle factors. So this is including the sort of foods that you're choosing to eat and how much energy it requires to break them down, any structured exercise you're doing, and different lifestyle stuff. Walking, fidgeting, and we've all got that friend who is like highly strung. Today, I'm just talking about your total daily energy needs. Everything put together, your full energy needs. One number.
Will you please give a very warm Fat Fighters welcome to
all the detox fad diets you've done over the last 10 years. Yay! Yo-yo dieters really
fail
to recognize is that their metabolism is movable. It upregulates and it downregulates, meaning that it speeds up and it slows down accordingly to maintain homeostasis. Now, homeostasis basically means to keep steady or the same. It's a survival mechanism. Now, you might be all up in your brain and your feels about what you think your body is doing, but you are a living biological organism. You're not exempt. You're not special, sis. Your metabolism does this. And even though you might think that your metabolism is non-existent or very slow, I can absolutely, most assuredly assure you that it's not broken. I can nearly promise you. So in essence, when there is a perceived lack of food, your metabolism will start to slow down. It will downregulate certain processes in order, oh my God, will you please stop walking back and forth? So in essence, when there is a perceived lack of energy, your metabolism will start to slow down. It will start to down-regulate certain processes in order to conserve energy. It's a survival mechanism. I know a lot of you like to live in the extremes, so we're going to start off with an extreme example. Let's say you have a woman who has this eating disorder. Their body will survive that much longer because it will start to slow down certain processes that aren't being used. For example, the ability to reproduce. Even though reproduction is very important for our human race, in this particular case here, then reproduction is not particularly necessary. So it just stops this. You can also get females who chronically diet, or even people who like do competition, show prep, physique, bikini, who actually develop amenorrhea because they have dieted so hard for so long, and this is a byproduct of being in extreme caloric restriction. But let's pull this out of the extremes and speak more in line with potentially some of the things that you may or may not have experienced, and explain certain things like weight loss plateaus. I know, girls, this is boring, Seethy. Please make this quicker. Please get the information into my brain quicker. I haven't got the attention span for this. Here's some pictures of bum shots and cute animals, just so you can have a little break, and then we can get back to the topic at hand, which is actually sorting your shit out. You feeling good? Right? There's a bum. Most of the time when people blindly go into a diet, be it tracking macros or be it following a diet detox program, you know, whatever floats their boat that particular Monday morning as being their saving grace. What typically is happening is just an extreme calorie slash. I am going to use hypothetical numbers here, and I'm going to talk about this in quite a linear way. Weight loss is never linear, and there's lots of like nuance and stuff when it comes to weight loss, but I want to keep this really simple so I can explain diet to you, because in turn when I explain diet to you, then it will explain reverse dieting to you. Let's say you have this woman, we'll call her Jane. Jane has decided that she wants to lose weight. She is currently maintaining her weight, eating around 2,000 calories a day, so she immediately slashes to 1,500 calories, removing 25% of her overall caloric needs, meaning a 500 calorie deficit. This calorie slash is pretty steep, and the thing about Jane is she's actually got quite a lot to lose. She wants to lose like 20 kilos. So at first, her deficit is pretty huge. I mean, she will most certainly seek results from following 1,500 calories. However, what Jane doesn't realize that over time, her metabolism will start to down-regulate and slow down certain processes in order to conserve energy. And it's doing this as a direct result from having a lower energy intake. It's a biological response. Now, this may happen to a whole bunch of factors. Number one, she's becoming a smaller person. Number two, certainly things like her NEAT and her ability to burn exercise will go down because she's got less energy to burn energy. Subtle things can happen, like she might start to move a little bit less. Most certainly a lot less energy to bring into her workout programs. However, let's just keep the fact that for whatever reason, her metabolism will start to slow down at some point. And so over time, her 500 calorie deficit starts becoming smaller and smaller. Soon she'll actually only be in like a 300 calorie deficit, despite the fact she's eating 1500 calories diligently. And then again, further and further as we go on, the deficit becomes less and less until eventually she is just eating 1500 calories and maintaining her life on 1500 calories. The thing is with Jane, she still wants to lose weight.
She's not hit her goals yet.
And this is what we would call a weight loss plateau. She's eating her diet calories, but nothing's happening, and it's just simply because she's adjusted. Now, the way we can actually start stimulating weight loss again is by creating a further calorie deficit. How do we do that? We do this by upping the amount of exercise we're doing and or reducing the amount of food we're eating. So where does it stop? Do we take her to 1200 calories, 900 calories, 700 calories? Is she meant to live out her life on like 500 calories in order to maintain her weight loss? No! To reiterate, if you weren't paying attention before, this is a very linear, crass example. And I'm not even going to go into the effects and the psychological effects and outcome from somebody who is trying to chronically maintain low-calorie diets. Presenting binge eating! If you zoned out, just understand this. When you cut your calories, your metabolism will slow down to compensate. Look how well you're doing. Look how far you've come. Come on, stick with me. Concentrate. Just look into my eyes. Look here. Concentrate right here. You've got this. You can do this. You've just got a few more minutes to go. Come on, stick with me. So reverse dieting is exactly the opposite. When you start introducing more calories over time, your metabolism will actually start to upregulate. We can actually encourage your metabolism to require and burn more calories without gaining weight, or at least a significant amount of weight. Who can benefit from reverse dieting, and when should a person reverse? Anyone. In fact, 90% of the women that I work with tend to need to do a reverse diet before we can even touch upon their weight loss goals. Now, if I have a woman coming to me claiming to only be eating 1300 calories and they actually are overweight, then generally speaking, you know, they're not eating 1200 calories. What they're doing is they are
attempting
to live life on 1200 calories, and they are failing repeatedly and then spending large amounts of time over consuming, or impolitely putting it, stuffing their face. If you have a person who thinks they're only eating 1200 calories during the week, but then at the weekend easily eat double that, they may think they're only eating 8,500 calories a week, but actually in fact they're eating more like 11,000 calories a week plus, which is still not a lot by any means. But notoriously people are at tracking and recalling what they've actually eaten. So the chances are they're even eating more than they realise,
irrespective of whether they're tracking or not.
So the first thing that I will do with my clients is I will just get them onto an even keel so we can see realistically where they are calorically. And meanwhile, I can start doing the work with them of behaviour change, mindset, consistency, you know, all the stuff that requires some work and effort, but you don't want to do because it's not quick enough. Speaking outside of the parameters of bodybuilding and things like competition prep, and keeping it very much to my general population clients, the people who are going to benefit from reverse dieting are people who have repeatedly done diet after diet after diet and also have spent periods of time restricting and binging, and due to the effects of terrible approach to weight loss may have slowed their metabolism down as a consequence. Depending on how you've dieted down, you almost certainly will need to do some form of reverse diet. If you're actually wanting to build tone, which actually basically means to add lean muscle tissue to your body, definitely factor in a reverse diet in order to up your calories. And also, if you're a person who wants to diet, but actually your maintenance calories are so low that it doesn't really make it very pleasant or doable. And also if you're kind of hungry on your maintenance calories, you just feel like your maintenance calories aren't high enough. I'll use myself as an example of when I did a reverse diet. In order to maintain a decent deficit, I need to be eating as low as 1900 calories. For context, I'm quite a big, fairly well muscled woman. I'm nearly 6 foot tall, and also I do like 25,000 steps plus per day. I've got quite an active lifestyle, and just trying to follow 1900, I just kept on breaking my diet. I felt hungry all the time. It just didn't feel enough, and I felt unnecessarily restricted. So I took a break. And then what I did is over a few months, I reversed my calories up. It wasn't by huge amounts, but I had managed to maintain the weight loss that I had already achieved. I reverse dieted up, and now when I'm dieting down on like 2200 calories. I'm telling you what, I mean, I know you won't listen, but you're adaptable as f***. Oh my goodness, look at you showing up for yourself and learning something. Keep those eyes open, concentrate. We're in the home stretch now. As for my clients, it will be completely individualized and dependent on them as to when I would use a reverse diet. This will be factoring where they are in their weight loss journeys, how long they've dieted for, their relationship with food. I am wholeheartedly against cookie cutter approaches to anything when it comes to diet. But I will give you an example using some numbers of a reverse diet that I just completed with my client. Here she is. I know you all probably want the swanky before and after pictures, but I don't have permission to use them, so we're just going to use her numbers. If we just need to have a visual of somebody, I'll just put there she is. And so she put herself on a rigorous diet, and she lost, I think, 20 kilos on her own before she actually got in contact with me. When she came to me, she was eating as low as 1220 calories, and we actually managed to reverse her calories back up to 2050, and she actually still continued to drop weight, and it was most definitely weight from body fat. And this leads really nicely into what we can expect from doing a reverse diet. So what can we expect? The answer is, it depends. My client here initially was terrified that she was going to put on weight. And it makes sense, right? I totally get it. You know, you think, well, if I eat more food, then I'm going to gain weight. However, the reason why she didn't, I can hypothesize, is down to any number of things. The fact is, we changed her training stimulus from being cardio-based to weight-bearing based. She definitely had a better macronutrient profile, and she had a better ability to burn calories simply because she had more energy. So her NEAT went up, and her ability to do better training sessions certainly carried over. Okay, think of a car, right? Let's say you want to drive 400 miles. How much better and easier do you think you will make that journey putting 400 miles worth of petrol in the tank rather than putting 300 miles worth in the tank and just hoping, wishing and praying for the best? So essentially, where we are now is we reversed her total daily energy needs right back up to 2050, and we could then go into a cut again because she still had more weight to lose, but this time she's dieting down on 1800 calories rather than the 1200 calories, maintaining a lower weight than what she was when she started. Amazing, right? Reverse dieting is the nuts. I think a lot of people are hesitant to start reverse dieting because they're really worried that they're going to put on weight or put a halt in their overall weight loss journey. I mean, for some reason, taking periods of time where you're completely off the wagon and binging loads and not giving a shit in the world,
That doesn't constitute as taking time away. You're actually
systematically upping your calories and creating more food freedom and flexibility and the ability to burn calories takes time. You tell me that logic. What most people can actually expect from doing a reverse diet properly is the ability to burn more energy, eating a higher level of calories, having more lean muscle tissue on their body if they're training a way to stimulate that, and having far more food freedom and food choices available to them because they can eat more calorically dense foods. Yay! Like I said, I wanted to keep this a very simple introduction to reverse dieting. It is, however,
my favourite topic of all time.
I can talk at it endlessly. In fact, I do many webinars and things like that on reverse dieting. I bloody love it.
Love speaking about reverse dieting and metabolic adaptation.
So therefore I am willing to make more videos on it, but I genuinely cannot be unless I get information from you by leaving me comments below to let me know whether this actually resonates and vibes with you. Would you like to have more information on this? If you would, then just leave me a comment below, click like and subscribe, and then I know to make more content to help you with said problems of not being able to lose weight. But that's it for this video. I put all the links below if you would like to have a chat with me at all. My links will be down below. Also, all the links for the other videos that I have mentioned through this video. And I will see you next time. Oh, fuck. That was good timing, wasn't it? There's one of you left. Hey, how's it going? I need to know if actually you are awake, so just leave me this in the comment, put this hashtag in the comments just to let me know that you are here and actually watch this video. Or you just fell asleep. Did you fall asleep? Ah, shit. Right, I'm off. See you later, bye.